everyone, welcome back to my channel and thank you for tuning in. My name is Velile. I am a lifestyle blogger from South Africa. If you're new on the channel, you are very much welcome, and please don't forget to subscribe, like, share and comment on this video. We are going to explore again the rural areas of South Africa, the developments that are happening in the rural areas of South Africa. We are going to showcase the beauty of what is happening in the rural areas, beautiful homes that people are building, beautiful infrastructure that has been developed, and the employment that has been created. People are just doing wonders business wise. People are really coming out with beautiful creative ideas to boost the lifestyle of the rural areas of South Africa. So if you think you are in the city and you have the best of life, well, we do have the best of life in the rural areas of South Africa also. Just watch this video and you'll understand exactly. Watch more of my videos on this channel. They will explain exactly what I'm talking about. So thank you for tuning in. Today I'm going to be showing you a business establishment that has also been created in the middle of the village. This is very beautiful because things like this you don't find in the villages. Who has ever thought you'll find something like this in the rural areas of South Africa? So things are happening in the rural areas because you find so many things that are on your reach within a 10 minutes or 15 minutes radius. So it's not that bad. So it's coming steadily but surely. Things are happening in the rural areas. You just need to be able to just give us a chance. But we are showcasing everything that is beautiful that's happening in the rural areas. You are able to go to the gym, you are able to go to the supermarket, you are able to go to a store or a hardware or anything and find that in a radius of like 10 to 15 minutes from your home. Isn't that something? I mean, like, things like this were not happening in the rural areas before. So let's just really give credit where it's due. People in the rural areas are really developing the rural areas. They are trying to make sure that the lifestyle in the rural areas matches up with the lifestyle in the cities, but without people in the rural areas losing what the rural areas are all about, which is more culture, which is more grounded, which is more peaceful, less of crime and everything like that compared to the cities. I never thought when I was growing up in the village that things like this will happen. They are happening and we are all growing together with whatever is happening around us. So the question is, who is investing in the rural areas? That is the question, because I'm seeing a lot of diverse approach to development in the rural areas. Yes, South Africans are coming up with so many ideas. There are so many people who have built malls in the rural areas of South Africa, and they are named under South African names, people who have invested their own money to build malls and shopping centers in the rural areas. Well, a paradigm shift has happened in the rural areas, as much as this is communal land, which is obviously controlled by the chiefs and the tribal authority. Part of it is still controlled by the municipality. That means the government still has so much control over it. So sometimes you find the highest bidder who's got a lot of money to invest in the rural areas coming into the rural areas to invest. The big question is, how much of all of this has any impact into creating opportunities for the people who are living in the rural areas? Not everybody wants to be employed. Not everybody wants to work for somebody. As you can see, people, they put their tables outside of these malls and still go on and trade. Why not create a place where people can move in and get a chance to become entrepreneurs as they want to? Let's create people who are going to create more jobs for other people, because a very limited number of people get to be employed in these malls. I always talk about job creation. So how do we create jobs as much as we are doing this? There's one thing that has fascinated me, the business center that we are just entering right now. It was established by one Indian guy who has been living around in the rural areas, especially around in my village, for years and years and years. I'm sure he's got generations and generations of his family that has lived in this area. He has made sure that he tried by all means to come up with some ideas to develop our little small village into something. So this time he has just done something so big, which is something that I feel like probably the rural areas especially my village, has needed. A business center where people can come in and be entrepreneurs and be business people and do their own businesses and be their own bosses. You know, sometimes you need to encourage people to be entrepreneurs. You need to encourage people to do their own businesses. This center, for me, it's really ideal and very relevant to what development in the rural areas is supposed to be, because this can accommodate a whole lot of businesses, whether you are a craft person or you are a salon or a designer of clothes, or you sell vegetables, or you decide to run your own little small whatever restaurant in here. You have a space. He has created a space for people to be able to trade. A business center is something that is needed in the rural areas these days so that we can create more businesses. I'm going to take you to one of the gyms that have been built here in our village. I'm very surprised of how it looks. It looks so beautiful. You can never believe this is in the village. This fitness center is something that most of the cities, some of them, they do not have. I am so surprised. When this was happening right in front of my eyes in my village, I was very shocked that people are able to invest this much. All they need is people to be able to embrace the development and be able to just really help each other to build businesses, buy from local people who are trying so hard to create businesses and opportunities for people who are living in the rural areas. This gym is so beautiful. I'm going to give you a tour of this gym. It's so huge and very well equipped. Around in our village, we have a hospital. So nurses come here and then they exercise because they do not have a gym in the hospital. So they come here. This is where they come and distress. What a beautiful way of thinking. I mean, whoever thought of this idea, this is the idea that we need to see in most of the villages in South Africa. Can you imagine that we have teachers here who come all over from the cities? People who grew up in the cities, they come because of the opportunities for work, and they come and work here in the rural areas, in hospitals and everywhere. They need to have a place where they can feel like they are in the cities. I'm not saying that the rural areas need to be just like the cities, but we need to have infrastructure that is generally basic and needed by everybody else who is a human being and want to be able to see some kind of development and live their own lifestyle wherever they are, whether it's in the rural areas or not. Look at these beautiful toilets. They are very clean. You can never tell that this is in the rural areas where water is very scarce, but they have made sure that they have equipped the gym with so many things that probably you would have not found in the rural areas previously. I'm very, very impressed about this establishment. It is a business center. You know, creating an opportunity for somebody else to be able to trade, be an entrepreneur, be a businessman or a woman, and be able to make money. To me, that is really an achievement. It is development. As I'm talking about development on this channel, I'm realizing that, things are really happening, and some of other people who are sitting in the cities thinking that the rural areas are still the way they thought they were, they might be losing out, because the rural areas, this is how they look these days. A gym, very equipped and looking so beautiful in the rural areas. Guys, really, I don't know how I can stress how much development has happened in the rural areas. But anyway, if you care, you want to seize the opportunity, this is the opportunity. Move to the rural areas, seize the rural areas, occupy and make sure that you maintain and sustain and develop. Thank you for tuning in. Until the next video on Sunday. Bye-bye.